Good morning. This is John Harder from Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, Mexico. Let me just go right ahead and share the screen for a little bit. Actually, I want to do a little bit of an opening first. I had talked with a few people here on the street yesterday, and I was telling them about TBC and about what is going on in the world, so on. And if you're familiar with David Icke, or let me say it this way: if you're not familiar with David Icke, then let me encourage you, find him on YouTube and check out his information. David Icke, okay? Check out his information. You know, I didn't realize how much information this man has put out over the years, but he has been putting out information for I believe it's more than 10 years now. And the thing is, he was able to see many years ago, or quite a number of years ago at least, what at that point I didn't see at all. For me, yes, I have been studying how the human mind works. I have been studying creation. And when I say creation, I simply mean the creative capabilities of our own mind. Because we are creators. We are creators. Every day, all day long, you are a creator of your world. Every day, all day long, you are a creator of your world. I'm going to say something right here and right now that some of you might find a little bit, how should I say, maybe even a little bit offensive, I don't know. But if you avail yourself of the truth and you understand the truth, you will find out that it is exactly true. That's exactly how life is. The systems, the government systems, are set up for humanity to destroy itself. Your government system, whatever country you're in, it doesn't matter. It's all set up by the same people. Has been set up for self-destruction. For you to destroy yourself. That is what the system has been set up for. These people have been planning these things for thousands of years and have made huge strides in accomplishment to have humanity not think for themselves. Only do as you're told. Only follow the law. And it is my concern. It is my concern that if we don't begin thinking outside of the box, and if we don't begin, training ourselves how to think, that the system will destroy us way faster than we would have ever thought. Because right now there is there is huge turmoil in the U.S. And I know other countries are looking on, and they're, wow, you know, they're saying, wow, that's too bad for the U.S. and this and that. But don't forget the same people that are in control, that are very desperately right now trying to turn the U.S. into the Stalin Russia, or Nazi Germany, we could say. It doesn't matter. They're the same. They are at the doorstep of the neighboring countries, or any country in the world for that matter. So when we talk about these things, it is very easy for us to try to crawl under a rock. You know, and matter of fact, in the Bible, it does say how people are going to run for the mountains and are going to cry for the rocks to fall on them. You know, that kind of thing. Of course, that's a script. It's a script that they wrote to try to get us used to try to get us not thinking for ourselves, but rather just live in fear. Which fear is a very powerful emotion that brings upon you faster. How should I say? It accelerates that which you're afraid of, or that which you wouldn't want. When you're afraid of it, it accelerates it coming towards you. It works like a magnet. But don't make a mistake there, because fear is a powerful emotion, but love is far more powerful. You can overcome all fear by love. Love is the ultimate power. Let me say that again. Love is the ultimate power. When you start using love to empower yourself and humanity, get the word out, talk to people. We need to be aware of what is going on. We need to be aware of the death trap of the government system out there. We need to be aware of it, but not afraid of it. Not afraid of it. We can overcome by love. The TheBillionCoin, if you haven't read the mission statement of the TheBillionCoin, then I would encourage you to read it, because the owners, or not the owners, but the creators of the TheBillionCoin, they understood this. They understood the power that love has, or I shouldn't just say understood, but understand. They understand the power that love has, and that by love and by practicing love, we can overcome. But this means that we need to bring the word of truth to many, many, many people. Because in general, people do not understand. In general, people do not understand the government that they're serving. I would venture to say that if we would ask the question, or if we would approach every policeman out there, every police person that is policing this this self-destructive system into reality, we could ask, if we would ask all of them out there, that if they knew what they were doing, that they were policing self-destructive humanity into existence, that there would likely not even be 1 in a million that would keep their job. Because they think they've been brainwashed to believe that they are doing something good. There isn't a single government in the world that has not been set up for self-destruction of humanity. This is where cancer comes from. This is where all illnesses that humanity has comes from. Because the truth is joy, peace, confidence, wealth, happiness, just a simple, fulfilling life. That is the truth. Most people, however, live under the illusion that they're under the protection of their government, which is actually the destruction. I'm going to again refer to a verse or two. I'm not going to mention the verse because I don't actually know where the verse is, and I know that some people might have the idea that if I can't mention the verse or say where the verse is, then it's then I shouldn't mention it. But I'm going to anyways, because those who understand, those who know the Bible quite a bit, they will know that I am referring to a verse, and they know that it's there. There is a verse that talks about, that says, all that came before me. Close this, please. All that came before me were thieves and robbers. Who's saying that? Jesus is saying that. Right? Jesus is saying that. Those of you who know the Bible, you know that that is what he is saying. All that came before me. Now, here is where I want us to understand something. Who's he talking about? He is talking about the truth. He is talking about the understanding of the truth. That is me. That is Jesus. The understanding of the actual truth, not the box that we've been pushed to try to live and fit into, but the actual understanding of the truth. That's who Jesus is. Now, when you understand the truth and you understand the manipulators of the world, you understand that they are in control of all the governments in the world, then you also understand, and if you also understand that it is your own thinking that creates your world, that's Jesus talking. That's the understanding of the truth. That is Jesus. This is why in the Bible, he was never ever afraid of anything. Because an understanding mind never needs to be afraid. Ever. There isn't anything to be afraid of. But for us to truly enjoy and to truly bring forth the life of abundance, we have a wonderful tool that helps us greatly. This tool has been created by people who understand love, by people who understand this self-destructive system that we are living in. And now, if we avail ourselves of that truth, the truth that is fed to us through the blog, the truth about the system, the truth about artificial intelligence, and many, many other things, many other areas that we could think about. Okay? And then read the mission statement. See how that corresponds. See how the world is by default, or by its setup, by the way it's been set up, is self-destructive. And that through love of our own selves, through love of the truth and understanding, and through the love of our neighbor, we can save the world. Remember, Jesus came to save the world. What world? Your world. Once you understand, once you tune in to the creative powers, to the spirit from where all things come from, when you tune into that power, you have an understanding. And then at that moment, you are being saved, because fear has no longer hold of you. You are the creator. You are the creator of your own world. And as you understand, and you are filled with that love and that knowledge, your world has been saved. Your world is saved. Now, of course, we've got to remember that if we fall back and fall prey to the scares and all of the that is being, that is being pushed on us, you can fall away again. But let's not do that. Let's hang on to that love. Let's love Jerusalem. Where's Jerusalem? Jerusalem is you. Remember the Great Commission. The Great Commission. That we carry out the gospel into all the world. Beginning where? In Judea. Right in your own heart. Right in your own heart. That's where you begin. And then in Israel, all your members, meaning that all your thinking begins to revolve around this truth. All your thinking is beginning to change to this, because fear is moving out and love is moving in. And then once Judea has caught on, then you move on, and it starts showing through your actions into your world, and you build your world upon it. And that's where others begin to catch on. The calmness, the fearless speech, the new life that you at that moment are beginning to live will also, through the vibrations of the atmosphere around you, will touch other people. We are all connected in ways that most people actually don't understand, because your own ID, now listen to this, your ID does not, or DNA I mean, your own DNA does not only exist in your body or in your blood cells. It exists in the entire universe. Your thoughts reach all of heaven and earth. And other people, they will catch them. Why is it? Why is it that when we are looking for some kind of truth, when we are looking for something, why is it that somehow we stumble into the right people to who give us that understanding. Why is it then that we're looking for, should I say, how this world operates? We bump into videos. If we're looking on YouTube, we're bumping into videos on about where David Icke explains things, where various other people explain things. Now let me just tell you this, and this includes what I tell you. This includes what I tell you. Always, always, always use your own mind to understand. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't just run with what you hear. Use your mind. You have a brilliant, brilliant mind that has been part of this universe for all eternity and will always be. Use that to understand for yourself what is true. No matter who you listen to, no matter who tells you things, always use your mind to understand what is true. Okay? In other words, you question everything. Because the Spirit will always reveal the truth to you as you use your mind to sift out everything that is not true. The truth will be clearly understood by you as you use your mind to weigh it out. Okay? Now, I want to share the screen. I was going to do that, and I actually got kind of carried away about some of these other things. And let me share it just now. All right, so now what I want to do is there is a blog post. This is actually the very latest post, and I want us to just have a look at it here. Now, this bridge here, I know there are some people that maybe not exactly, how should I say, agree with the way this is being approached, and that is none of my. I'm not going to try to tell you one way or the other. As I had just told you here, make up your own mind about everything. Okay. Now, some people have the idea that we have to incorporate business in some way to start creating transactions, like say at least 50% or at least some percentage of TBC and the rest in fiat, whatever it is that, however that works out. But to incorporate it in transactions. But then we also have people who say, no, just get people into TBC. Don't worry about anything else. Just get people into TBC, and everything else is going to work out later. Again, let me just say to you that use your own judgment. Think for yourself. Don't allow other people to do the thinking for you, because the way I see it, I mean, if you aren't capable of thinking for yourself, then I'm concerned that how should I say it? Well, I'll just say it this way. Then I believe the first thing you need to do is simply ask yourself, ask your subconscious mind, how do I begin to think for myself? How do I begin to weigh everything out for myself and question everything so that I can truly understand the truth? Because your subconscious mind will always give you what you ask for. And you have to convince yourself that you are understanding it. Why is this? Because the seeds you sow they will bring fruit. If you sow seeds of, how should I say, that you don't understand, then you are growing more weeds of not understanding. But if you plant seeds that you do understand, and if that's confusing to you, then begin at least saying to yourself that I am beginning to understand. Because if we try to convince our mind, our subconscious, that we, some people, they have this idea that I'm lying to myself. If I am telling myself something, well, let's just use an example here. Let's say you want to lose weight, okay? And well, what's the best way to lose weight? Some diet or whatever? The best way is to convince your subconscious mind that you are the weight that you want to be, and it will move mountains to have you be that weight. Once you have your subconscious convinced of something, it will bring it into your life. Because whenever your beliefs don't match with the reality, then your subconscious mind will move you to take the steps to get there. Otherwise, you can fight, you can do this, you can do that, and things will never make sense. So if you say to yourself that you don't understand, you are disempowering yourself, and you're convincing your subconscious that you don't understand, and it's not going to lead you to an understanding. But if you tell your subconscious that I am beginning to understand, because if you just go right ahead and say, I understand everything now, your mind is going to likely say, well, you're lying to yourself. That's a lie. So you need to ease into it and say that I'm beginning to understand. I am beginning to understand. And then it doesn't have an argument with you, because it is a beginning. And then you can build on that, and soon your subconscious will say, oh, okay, yeah, you do understand. And it will give you understanding that you'd have never guessed you would ever reach. Okay? So, as we go, and as I'm showing you this, I like this post. Very, very, very good information in here. And it also talks about the broadcaster. So there's 23 steps for those who want to broadcast, which is huge. Broadcasting is very, very, it pays really, really well for building your future. For building your future. If you're one of those people who has no insight into the future at all, you cannot see beyond, how should I say, beyond today. You have to have everything today, and you can't see any further than that. Well, maybe the broadcasting won't work for you, because to see into the future enough to be a broadcaster, you have to have enough faith, you have to have enough belief in yourself that you are helping and we're building a future of wealth and health and prosperity. Because this is what we are doing. And when you do this in love, there is nothing that can withstand us. We can't be stopped, folks. Love cannot be stopped. It's the greatest power there is. Okay? And then, of course, here it has kind of broken it down to 9 steps. If this would be simply for people who just get into the system, just get enough so that they have some coin, and which is actually ends up being pretty huge still once the coin reaches its full price. Okay, so for those of you who want to help build a brighter future for yourself and for your future generations, or should I say our future generations as jointly, then this is a wonderful, it's a great blog post for you to simply go through, read it, and get yourself, you know, informed as to what is really going on and how this works. And you know what? If you follow the steps on here, if that resonates with you and you follow it, that will be the quickest way for you to gain some serious assets for the future, for yourself and those you love. All right, so with that said, I think I'm going to just going to stop the screen share here. Let's see, where are you here? Oops. All right, so why is it? What did I do? Okay. Oh, I guess I did shut it off. Okay. Yeah, once in a while I still get a little confused here. We'll get over that. Okay, so in closing, well, let's just acknowledge those who are here. I had posted my link that if anybody wanted to join me, you could, but I guess whenever you feel comfortable on joining me and have some questions about things or whatever, feel free to do so. Thank you very much, TBC for Life, Lucy Brown. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I truly appreciate you being here. And then we have Kiara, Lucy. This is TBC Prayer Warrior. Thank you very much for Serenes. Yes, thank you as well for coming on. We've got Susan Harder. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate it very much. And we've got yes. Yes, that is very, very true. TBC, or the, yes, TBC Serenes, TBC Prayer Warrior says, rushing people into confusion and turmoil. That's exactly what those people are very busy doing right now. And this is why it is important for us to spread the news or spread to people that we need to think for ourselves. Don't rely on your government to bail you out, because governments are not here for our salvation. They are here for our destruction. They've been set up for that. And if for those who don't understand that, then I encourage you to do your own research and begin to understand this, because the sooner we understand it, the quicker we can move on to replacing the current system with love and respect for each other, because that is the truth that will truly prevail. Halko 88, thank you so much for joining me this morning as well. Hello. Jacob Harder, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it very much. We have Crypto Review. Pedro, thank you so much for joining in. I truly appreciate it. Jules Ann, thank you. I hope you keep on doing better. Let's just say you are. I'm just going to say, Jules Ann, I'm just going to say that you are. You are keeping on doing better. You are. I believe it. I believe it. This is what I believe, because the truth is perfect health. Convince yourself of that. The truth is perfect health. That's the truth. We got Susan Test. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. I appreciate it very much. And by the way, I really enjoy going through these comments. I haven't mentioned all the comments that you guys wrote, but I appreciate very much the interaction that you did here. And I see some wonderful comments. I truly appreciate you guys. All right, so I'm going to close this off now, and I want to just encourage us very much that we realize what this world is built on, and that we can free ourselves using our own mind, using the power of our mind. Because when we tune into love, there is no evil that can withstand love. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And with that said, have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is you are approaching where you are. Thank you so much. Bye. Peace.